All day, just like that. Just like that.
Now Rashad Penny. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Right here, double count. 58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. Here we go, D. It's just
Now Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. He may try and run for this. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a 1st.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The extra point now coming from Myers. And it is now 21-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free. Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, you know, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoffs. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there. And anything less than that makes the season a disappointment. So they've got to be primed now for a big finish to their season.
Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, pick your game up.
Now it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
It's our time.
They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
25, 25. Give me that ball, defense. And 58 is the mic. Going 58 is the mic. Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
Operating from the gun, Wilson, and Jennings has it. Jennings lost the football, and the Falcons grab it, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now.
You ain't going nowhere. Bang,
Trying to get the run game going. Here's Smith, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches, but it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
Again, it's Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go. That's caught inside the 20. It's a gain of 34. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And it's second down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll toss it to Penny. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 28-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help him at contract time.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. He's such a good route runner, shows it there on third down, very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now back to throw, and that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. They'll look to throw here. He's got the completion to Strong. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Wide. Get it.
They'll run it again with Smith. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
On 3rd down, Smith. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. A big reason why they've been so successful, this defense hasn't been able to contain him when he gets outside of the pocket.
So true, and that's when it's really difficult because defensively you can have a game plan and try to account for all the things you've seen on tape, the way that they run their plays, even his running. But when it's a play where you just can't really say, okay, that's how the play's supposed to go, what they call broken plays, that's when the X and O doesn't work. That's when their Jimmy is better than your Joe.
All right, D.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Jeff Swain, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Keep it up, guys.
Back to throw here. This is Jennings. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
60 outlaw.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll set up a throw. This pass to Jennings, and he makes a catch. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Squeeze, double.
On the run, it's Penny. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch right. Look, squeeze. Come on, the ball hard. Watch. You're out. The twins. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Hit it.
Looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all. Let's make these babies cry all the way. 6-6, pull it high. 3. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. And he finds Penny. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
A 9-yard gain on the play. It's now 4th down and 1.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
5 down. Stand up in. Mike, snap.
They run for it with Carson, and they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up a second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4". Let's go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
46, boys, 46. 46 to Mike. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Mike, 46.
They're going to look to throw. Completes it to Dixon. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Open man there is Malone. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This is Penny, and he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They'll drop to throw. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
After the penalty, it's Penny. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. We We talk about being on schedule. I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get 80 weapon. Check 52. Now.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Penny will try to punch it in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This
but
one of our
she's
guys.
singing too.
Oh, she's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
We got this.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful.